You're ready? You may begin.
Have you ever wondered why people are so concerned about what to eat nowadays? Well, there might be only one answer for that, or there might be multiple. It's that probably because there's a rise in food allergies, more importantly, celiac disease or celiac sprue. Now, what is celiac disease? Celiac disease is a wheat/gluten allergy. That is a serious genetic autoimmune disorder. And what happens is, there are certain, inside your small intestine, there are little tiny, fingers called villi, or villi. They absorb nutrients that, in the food that you eat. But however, since it's the autoimmune disease, celiac sprue, it damages those villi every time you eat gluten, so that means that's why it shows why they're shrinking. Now, there's a lot of things that we can do to help out for people that have celiac. My sister, she has celiac for 6 years. We had to find certain ways so that way she could eat the same food that we have, except there's still not as much. What we did was we tried to find gluten-free recipes around the house, or just go out anywhere. There's a copy of the gluten-free Bible that we have at our home. It's really useful sometimes. And there's also food brands out there that they've been, people or companies that have been producing them. It's really helpful. And me and my sister made this slideshow, and she listed some of the foods that she eats. There's a whole side where it has stuff you can eat and stuff you can't. Obviously there is wheat, certain things, corn dogs, toast. Although there are gluten-free breads out there, and gluten-free flour. It's pretty helpful. But there's another thing that we'll not worry about, but most people that have celiac disease or any other food allergy say that, oh, there's no hope for me in the future, and that's kind of not the case. There are more advances. More people are working on trying to have medical advances like cures for food allergies, and sooner or later in the future, we might actually have a cure for celiac disease, which would probably be super helpful. In conclusion, we've discussed what celiac disease is, how we can help people that have celiac disease, whether it be your friends, family, even yourself, and how there might be hope for the future. And to sort of end on a little story, my sister, me and my family went over to the retirement home, since my grandmother's in the retirement home because there's something wrong with her legs or her hip. We went over there and they had us sit down, and we saw other families eating with their elders or grandmothers, grandfathers. Whenever my sister, we asked if there was anything that was didn't have any gluten in it, and they said, no, we don't. You would think since there would be so many people visiting in that day, there might be a 1 in 10th chance. As a matter of fact, celiac.org, which was founded in 1990 to help support celiac, said that over 1 in 100 people worldwide have celiac disease. You'd at least expect to have something. That's the not a strong note. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Anna. Okay, we'd also like to present you, I think, at this time with some questions, but you're going to be the question chooser, so you get to call upon any students that would like to ask you any questions related to your topic today.
Yes.
How long have people known about this celiac disease?
Ever since around 20 years ago. Some dates go back to 1950s, but most commonly it's been around in the 1980s, late 90s, early 90s. Yes.
So, if you're not close to anybody with celiac, is there anything you can do?
Could you restate that question?
If you're not friends with or related to anybody with it.
But if there's a random person on the seat, street that has to do it?
Well, yeah.
What can you do? Well, it just depends on what situation and like where you ask. Like,
Okay, I guess that.
I think what he means is if you don't have anyone special that you have to worry about a concern, say in your family or any of your friends, what is the motivation or the push for him to be involved with making sure things are gluten-free? So what's the motivation for him if he doesn't have friends or
motivation to help people with celiac that might not be your friends or family. It's just that we all have problems in life. Everybody knows that. Some people may have allergies like asthma or whatever, and we're just trying to figure out how to help people more. I mean, that's basically us as a human race ever since the beginning of mankind. We either been fighting against each other or trying to help each other. Yes.
Do you intend to contact food companies to voice your opinions or complaints? Or have you ever considered it?
In the past, we might have, because I'm trying to remember this story. I think one time in Warrensburg, well, me and my sister and my family went to Warrensburg after helping one of my dad's friends move into a new house. We went to, I think it was Nausea's or something. She had something, but apparently it was gluten-free to help people with celiac, and figured out it wasn't. We voiced out to them and they said they would fix it. So we have done that. It's just only once. Yes.
What are some of the symptoms of like the beginning of celiac disease?
Symptoms? Well, it's not really apparent. Okay. Sorry. It's just that celiac disease can have over 200 different symptoms, and the only way that you can either get diagnosed is like through blood transfusion. Well, not blood transfusion, but like if you have blood taken. Sometimes it might not be as accurate since, you know, there are 200 different symptoms to it.
Are there like research centers or other celiac health centers that we can like help at or donate to that you know of?
Not that I know of. I bet there are some out there, but not that I know.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to call this round of questioning to an end, but we would like to thank you. Very good, Matthew. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you.